Mark he's definitely my best friend. People love Mark. He's just a loving teddy bear, and he's still the same person. He was still Mark.
I was diagnosed in 2002 when I was 42 years old. When you are diagnosed with Parkinson's, it's not a death sentence, but it's a life sentence. My life as a lawyer was enjoyable, and I do miss that. But you have to roll. There's no crying in baseball. You have to roll with the punches. You know, Parkinson's, I'm never going to beat it. But I've learned how to sort of live with it, work with it. It's with me. I mean, I just got to deal. Relatively speaking, my life is good. I mean, there are disabilities that the disability that I encounter every day. I have trouble walking. I get tired easily. By the end of the day, I'm wiped out, and I feel myself falling out of things socially, slightly, because of my inability to do things. But I'm surrounded by good people and good friends, and they make my life tolerable.
Problem with Parkinson's is it's a progressive disease. It always progresses, and it's a defect in the brain where there's an abnormal protein deposit and loss of a special chemical messenger. Because we know that, we can treat the symptoms, and we have a number of treatments for the motor symptoms. The real big problem is it may also affect thinking or cognition. And there we currently have no treatment. We have no treatment to slow the disease progression or to stop it. So we need to move forward. Just imagine sitting across from me, hearing you have a disease that's going to progress, and we can't slow that progression. The only hope is research. We have to make progress in this area. We have to slow the progression. We have to eventually cure it. About 14 years ago, one family gave us a bequest of $500,000 to pursue a new idea. After 4 years, we had gathered enough for preliminary data, and we applied for an NIH grant. Those preliminary data initially turned into a $2.5 to $3 million NIH grant. But not just that grant. That was then subsequently renewed for another $3 million, and 2 additional R01 grants, each in the $2.5 million range, also were generated from that initial investment of $500,000, turned into more than $10 million of research funds. So from a financial perspective, it's great return on investment. From a scientific perspective, I would say it's even more important. What have we found from that original data? We found new targets in the brain to treat Parkinson's. We found new changes in the brain that we didn't suspect that potentially underlie thinking problems in Parkinson's, a whole host of new things. So that's where we can go with investment to help us collect preliminary data to pursue these kinds of new ideas. If we can get that preliminary data, then we can go to NIH with a big grant, and then we can move forward with a human study. That's how this will make a direct difference. Without that kind of support, the study doesn't go anywhere. That's where donations and philanthropy play a role. Those donations permit us to pursue these kinds of new ideas, to collect the preliminary data that, if successful, can go on to turn into major grants and major advances. Without that, we don't get anywhere.
Well, the impact of research on my life is unreal, because the medicines and the procedures and the possibilities are endless if research can continue to go on. And the development of a drug or of something that would help curtail the progression or even cause it to regress I just feel like we're on the cusp.
We've got to make advances in this condition. Sure, we're better at treating the symptoms, but we have nothing to treat the cognitive problem. To do that better, We need to slow this disease, and the truth is we need to cure it. And to cure it, we need to find precise causes, we need to test new treatments, we need to keep this ball rolling for all of us. We're the hope for doing this. We want to provide the best treatment we have today, but we want to provide better treatment tomorrow.
We don't have anything concrete yet. Nobody has discovered the exact cause of Parkinson's yet. Nobody's discovered a cure for Parkinson's. So if you think about that, you may lose a little hope, but there's no need to when you have good, solid scientists and researchers such as Dr. Perlmutter out there pushing this research to hopefully find a cure or something close to it. By supporting Dr. Perlmutter's research in Parkinson's disease, patients have hope, and that's all you want is hope for the future. That's all you can really expect, is to have hope for the future.